Hi, this is Purple Turtle Tarot, and this is Saturday, October 21st, 2023. Been trying for a couple hours to get a video out. Of course, narcissistic, toxic families trying to trigger me and get in the middle of that. I actually caught my brother last night watching my tarot videos on his TV. We won't even admit to it. And then for the past 2 days, he's come out here for a whole hour to do origami when he can do it in his room. Sure, yeah, this is the living space, so everyone can be in here. That's true. But he knows what he's doing. I know what he's doing. And he's like trying to fold me as like a blockage. And yeah, he will sit there and like smirk and smile and be like, I don't know what you're talking about. This is just origami. They've labeled me as a cat. And he already made these origami things and left them on the counter, didn't bring them to the room for like 3 hours. Why? To try and trigger me. And yeah, I'm talking about it, so I guess like his little trick worked. And then he decided to come out for a whole hour. Right as I was about to start a video, he decides to come out and do this. So either I have to choose to like do my tarot readings while he's watching me or just wait. I tried to call him out for the black magic too, and he immediately started screaming at me and calling me a loser. And he doesn't care about my opinion. And I was like, okay. And I called him a narcissist. He didn't take kindly to that. You know, like, I can be accountable. Maybe I'm a narcissist, but I honestly think I apologize way too much to be one. Someone that apologizes for everything usually is an empath. Not a narcissist. So, yeah. And then after him screaming at me and calling me a loser and telling me I don't have a life and everything like that, he sits there for an hour and he says, if you just asked me nicely to leave, then I would have gotten out of here. And I know for sure that wasn't the case. So. But that's how obscure chaos magic can go. They will use glue, tape, folding, cutting. It's pretty pathetic. And people have realized that my spiritual protection is like so powerful now that they have to get in front of me to like trigger me in order to lower my vibration, in order to get in. Because if they aren't even around me, it doesn't work as well. It is what it is. And I even like, I don't know, even try to warn him. I found some stuff that was like my dad binding my brother, which is like a way to control him, and he wouldn't even let me get a word out to tell him about it. So, you know, he wants to stay in that, he can. Yeah. Trying to keep my YouTube channel kind of consistent, but because I don't care about noises. I really don't. I mean, I don't really want people hearing my dogs, more for the protection of my own dogs. But like for noises, they usually are a message within itself. But it's just every single day. They're like, is she going to pack or is she going to sing? Or is she going to try and do tarot? Okay, how can we try and trigger her to make sure that she can't do that smoothly? Like, I tried to do singing yesterday, and I had to send back probably like 10 different times someone trying to block my throat chakra. It's pretty pathetic. And then they sit there and look at me and they're like, you need to focus on your life and you need to I am trying to. Let's see here. Is that, let's say Virgo? Is that Justice? Yeah, with Virgo on the bottom, which is weird because it's usually a Libra card. It should be Justice. Let me double check. Because it almost looks like an Emperor card a little bit more. And yeah, I'm going to talk about my personal life a little bit on here because I can say this message is for entertainment purposes only, and I'm keeping myself anonymous. This is the only way I can talk about stuff. Otherwise, people try to record me or try to catch me in a really bad light. And so this is how I get it out. It's just, I want other people to focus on only their own lives, and I want them to create and manifest with only their own energy. Really, it's easier than it seems if you just try. You know, people be stuck in their ways, and I'm doing a lot of new things. I've never thrown this much stuff away in my life. I've never cut cord ties to everyone. Never decided to start like 3 YouTube channels, and I barely post on social media, but I've been being more active. I've been posting more on social media instead of consuming social media. So I'm doing a lot of new things and really trying to like transform my life. So if anything, everything that was just told to me was all projection. Yes, this is the Justice card. And that's interesting though. 10 of Cups in Justice. Maybe your circumstances. I mean, 10 of Cups upright is usually like true, genuine happiness and fulfillment. It upside down, it's usually just the opposite, in that it seems maybe happiness and fulfillment seems a little far-fetched. Maybe you could be a little depressed. You could be a Libra, or some sort of justice or making things right and balanced will commence. Yeah. And again, I apologize for having little like venting sessions before the reading. A lot of times there are spiritual messages within those, because I watch readers that do hour-long videos. I know some people have attention spans that would rather have like 10-minute videos. For my channel, I'm probably going to be mostly aiming between like 20 to 45 minutes for my readings. And yeah, the right subscribers will subscribe, and they'll probably like my messages within those venting sessions anyway, so I'm not really worried about it. I did start this channel for me personally, but I know that the things I'm going through, other people are too. Can I get a clarification card on 10 of Cups? Ooh. Okay. We have 10 of Cups reversed, and we have 10 of Swords reversed. And I hear a fire truck in the background. I was hearing a lot of sirens yesterday too. And a black sun. What is that one song called? Isn't there... I feel like there's a song about a black sun. Maybe there's a message within that. And yeah, that's interesting. There is a guy in a full suit of armor here with 10 swords in him. And then there's another guy that has like no protection on and he's just sitting there like looking at him. So yeah, that too. And we did have the eclipse recently. So yeah, that looks like an eclipse. And you know, that too, I feel like a lot of people trying to cause these kind of situations for people of high vibrations. People of low vibrations are trying to cause these kind of situations. It's gonna fail. They come in with all this protection and everything and all these little plans. And I mean, yeah, I kind of was just sitting here like that, just waiting for my brother to just do his stuff for a whole hour. But I don't know. All this stuff is going to be eclipse. It is reversed though. Usually upright, it means it's like done and final. Reverse means it might take a little longer to wrap up. But justice should come. I didn't really, I don't know, I just looked at this judgment upside down. Oh, that's not usually in the judgment card. There are coffins in the back. 4 coffins. 3 people, a family. They're all naked. One's holding a golden egg and one's holding a skull. And there is a hawk in the sun, also blocking the sun too. So yeah, I feel like things are getting eclipsed out, but at the same time there are energies here that are trying to block the illumination of the sun. And King of Cups. I take this card to be the collective here. Though people are trying to block your shine, you still sit on your throne, coming from a very empathic nature. Trying to be as compassionate as you can be in the situation. At the same time, though, again, Libra card and King of Cups could be any of the water signs: Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer. So you could have those placements, or someone else could. There's a fish around his neck. And he's sitting on a stone throne in the middle of the sea. I have been getting some spiritual messages about being out at open sea. Whatever depths, like, might be going through some deep emotional stuff or mental stuff, but because he's sitting on this throne here on top of the open sea, he's really grounded and solidified, like, in the sea, which could be unpredictable sometimes based on the waves. More clarification for this King of Cups. There's a lot of stars in the sky behind him. Though the sun is somewhat looking like it's getting shrouded or blocked. Even if the sky looks dark, there's a bunch of tiny little stars here. Can't see it. There you go. And, you know, stars connect to the star card, which is like ultimate wish and fulfillment. So there's a lot of positive energy to work with regardless. And that's nice too. And then the Four of Wands in the upright came up. And I like how this Four of Wands is depicted. This just seems like a really stable structure here. And then at the top are vines and grapes. And Pan's here too. I remember researching. Pan has associations to Capricorn and Aquarius. And then there's also this, I can't tell, is it a ram? So that could be maybe Aries. But it also looks like a goat, so maybe Capricorn. Four of Wands indicates a good marriage, whether it's like it's more on the romantic side is usually the symbolism of the card, but it can be like a partnership, or it could be like family or something. And there's a peace dove too. So things might not look like sunshine and rainbows right now. And it seems like maybe these circumstances are never going to end. But justice will prevail. And judgment will come. And if you stay in your King of Cups power, being just empathetic and compassionate as you possibly can be, while enforcing your boundaries, then it should lead to good partnerships in the future. They're like dancing and everything too. He also has a horn cup in his hand as well. They both have cups. So. For me, I like that sign. The guy I used to like, he likes to dress up as Pan. So when I got this deck and I saw that card as the Four of Wands card, I was like, ah, I like that. Okay. This one's been coming out a lot. The Hierophant card. So you may be increasing your knowledge on something, or honing your talent in something, or a skill in something you might be passionate in. Maybe you're reading more to get that kind of skill and information up. You could also be dealing with a Taurus. Wow. Interesting. My brother is a Taurus and a Scorpio, so like these cards kind of flip the roles if you need to. It could also just be the general energy or transits affecting you when I call out signs. So focusing on your compassion and focusing on your skill, and yeah, will get you to where you want to go. Clarification on the Hierophant. Ah, darn it. Okay. I always try to gear my readings more towards it just being about the person that came for this reading as an internal thing. But sometimes third-party energies come out. Well, either through the skill you are working on, there is a lack of collaboration with other people. Like, it's just not able to find people to work with because it's reverse, or collaborate with. Or when I see these two, last time I did a reading, they came out together really close too, and to me this kind of looks culty, like with the people here listening to this guy, and then this is supposed to be about collaborations. Maybe there's some group that, calling back to this, trying to do that. But, or maybe you are just in your own wheelhouse trying something new and learning more about it, and there's just not a lot of other people that are doing what you're doing, so it's hard to find collaborations. It could be one or the other. Can I get more clarification on the Ten of Cups and the Ten of Swords? Okay. So now that seems more internal. I'll be honest, I did sound triggered when I first started this video. There's like a hawk coming at her too, but it's the behind really showing. Definitely, like, it's loose. She could use the sword to cut herself. Well, not cut herself out. Kind of wrong choice of words there. One sword kind of symbolizes the truth here. Use the truth to cut yourself from the binds. It's weird though, she is blind. Wait, what? She's blindfolded here. But, oh, okay, it's going underneath her hair, I guess. I just dropped that one. That's just a weird way to wear it. Who ties a headband around their head like that without the hair? Because on this side, it doesn't look like she has any blindfold. There's a hawk coming. I wish I knew the spiritual messages of hawks. Might be important. So yeah. Reverse Ten of Swords and reverse Ten of Cups energy could actually be coming from within. Also, oh, okay. Clarification on justice and judgment. Nine of Wands. That's being defensive usually. Like standing your ground and being somewhat defensive. Maybe like creating boundaries. It kind of reminds me of creating boundaries too. And then this way, it's like this lady's like, come into this cave with me. Kind of looks sneaky. But you know, I don't know, caves spiritually to me usually mean like darkness. But it is also shelter, depending on where you are. So, justice will be served. Either you're on the wrong side of justice being balanced out, and maybe you might get like hurt, possibly. Or if you're on the right side of judgment, be wary of other people's interactions with you, but at the same time, you don't have to be so guarded, is what I'm getting from it. Like, just, if you know you're already on the right side of justice and that you've been doing things to be good to yourself, to try and be good to other people, and to try and just interact as peacefully as possible, then yeah, you don't have to be so guarded. Like, being too guarded might make it harder to just move forward. More clarification on the King of Cups and the Four of Wands. Possibly someone might be wanting to give you a cup too. Eight of Pentacles. So getting to this more positive energy here may take some work. Eight of Pentacles may take some work. This is like a blacksmith? Yeah. And that's interesting. This one, there's no child. This one, it was reversed too. He's teaching a young kid how to, I guess, consistently work hard to increase financial stability. Or physical stability or security. And on this one is like a brick wall, but this is the one that it came up on. There are blue skies and there's a green pasture, like in a doorway that's fairly open here. So clarification on Eight of Pentacles. I have other, like, based off my situation, other interpretations for this card that ties in with these, but I want to be putting more positive stuff out on my YouTube channel. But again, other people might be popping up on my videos being like, oh no, I'm actually going through something similar like this, so maybe I should speak on it. I don't know. I've noticed that the chaos witches around me will try to basically just nail down my pentacles. They'll try and pin them down. And I know that the chaos witches in my family, the elders taught the younger generation how to do this, how to continue our generational curse of energy harvesting off of people. There's a kid here. So like that's, but that doesn't really connect with these two top cards, but it does connect with these two cards. And that there might be some like cult-like collaborations afoot. Clarification card for Eight of Pentacles. The backside of Temperance. Something's out of balance, either within yourself, maybe your work ethic is out of balance, and that's what's keeping you from getting to this Four of Wands, or someone else is trying to throw things out of balance. Saying someone might be like trying to affect your finances or pin down your finances. What kind of bird is that? Is that a... It looks like two different birds. Its head looks like a hawk eagle, but the rest of his body kind of just like looks a little weird to me. And then the rest of it looks like a dove. And then this is a lion. So Leo energy behind the Temperance card. And then I don't want to make this too lengthy. I want to ask another clarification for that too. Oh. It almost went this way. Well, there's a little kid right here. There's also a little kid right here. Eight of Cups, but upside down. And there's a shooting star again. A shooting star. But he's missing the shooting star. He's paying attention to all these broken cups here. Wait a minute. Okay. So, yeah. On the back side, there's a cloaked person. This is the usual interpretation of Eight of Cups, and they're walking away from the Eight of Cups. Yeah, I guess this person might be youthful. They haven't made the choice to walk away from what doesn't work yet. All right. yeah, so if it's an internal thing, work focusing on balancing out your work ethic and yeah, cutting cord ties with emotional attachments that no longer serve you. Clarification of the Hierophant and the Three of Pentacles. Two of Pentacles. Reverse. Another clarification card. Okay, there's a lot of reverse right now. Let me shovel this deck better. That is the Knight of Wands. Yeah. I like that though. So if this is an internal thing, you're working on building up a skill or your knowledge on something, there might not be a lot of cooperation or collaboration around you for this subject. This guy's standing on one leg. Almost reminds me of tree pose. Oh, he has a lot of people watching him too. 5 people watching him. That's not usually on the Two of Pentacles. Up from up above, spectating him. And usually the pentacles are more imbalanced, but they're balanced here. But it's reverse. So like, I don't know if that's just where my mind gravitates or if that's what I actually need to say, though. Because there's other people at the top watching him, I do feel like it's an external thing. And that and the people that try to do magic on me view me as a tree that they can take from, like the Giving Tree from Shel Silverstein book, if you've ever seen that. And he's the Joker. Oh, that calls back to the Fool because he's dressed as a jester here. And one of my more recent earlier readings, the Fool started off in the reading and it like went through a whole entire reading that was very much confirming that like a new adventure or beginning was going to start and that they were going to leave old things behind. So these people are watching and waiting. Maybe to see how you invest in things. I know people are pocket watching me. Maybe someone's pocket watching you. And this came reversed too. Knight of Wands. He's in a desert. And he's cloaked. Yeah. I kind of take this as you. People are trying to watch you in your finances, but you're cloaked. You're protected, and there's a rising phoenix in the back. But it also is reverse, so... Okay. Let's see. If I even have time. I just don't want to make these videos too long. I feel like, at least when you're starting out of YouTube, you probably shouldn't just pop right out with 50-minute videos, you know? Especially where you're venting at the beginning. But I'm gonna do what I want to do. I'm too... With all my Aquarius placements, I do what I want. People gonna like it or they're not. That is true though. Like, you might as well do what you want, because there's always gonna be haters. So do what, like, truly inside your own heart, what you want to do. Oh yeah, I don't know. I'm shuffling again. Let's read these. All right, 40 minutes, jeez. I'll try to do a couple more shorts too. I'll try to do a couple of those tonight, because I know, yeah, a lot of people, you know, it's pretty normal for people to use a lot of social media, and social media is just like trying to tune us to have shorter and shorter, what is it called? Attention spans. So I'll try to do some shorts. Eight of Swords. From this point of view, we can see that the ropes that bind the woman are loose and she could easily escape them if she chooses to do so. Moreover, one of the swords is within her grasp already, making her release even more possible. The gentle rolling landscape before her speaks of freedom, if she will remove her blindfold to see it. A large eagle flies towards her, symbolizing far-seeing perspective. Ooh. Don't wait for someone else to rescue you. The situation is well within your capabilities. If you choose to stay where you are, acknowledge that it is a choice you make freely. Don't see yourself as a victim or place blame on others for your circumstances. Ooh, calling me out there. If someone else is playing the victim in the scenario, the kindest thing is to let her or him summon the strength and intelligence to break free. Tarot cards call me out so much. Okay. And then... And these only have... The book only has, like, upright interpretations, kind of. It doesn't... It only differentiates between this side and that side, which isn't really positive or negative. But it doesn't give reversal meaning, so... The knight wearing the only breeches... The knight wearing only breeches gazes upon his empty suit of armor, bristling with its onslaught of swords. The knight himself is unscathed. An eclipse of the sun lights the harsh scene with eerie lifelessness. Oh. I guess I didn't notice that. I guess he took his armor off. Yeah, alright. Interesting. There are at least two ways to interpret this card. The knight is dead, and his spirit is looking at the scene of his death. Oh. Whoa. Or the knight was not attacked at all, only his empty armor. Either way, the symbolism speaks of the death of the ego, not the essence. Something has been killed, but it's not the most important thing. A solar eclipse is not the death of the sun. Follow the knight's example and contemplate what is essential and what is... I don't know how to say this word. Ephemeral? Yeah. I've been playing, I guess it's not important for the video right now. It's a 10 of Cups. Ten of Chalices. Two lovers have found a home in each other's arms. Their clothes are simple, their feet are bare, they may be stranded on a desert island, but still they are home. The rainbow arching over them is a sign of heaven's blessing on their union. The 9 chalices of bliss from the previous card are all here and one more for good measure. Each chalice holds the sun, an affirmation of happiness from the sun card, the most positive card in the deck. If a loving partnership is what you most desire, know that it is within reach, but you must reach. If you are closed off to the approach of true love, it will never make its way home to you. Sometimes this closure is from fear, sometimes from anger, sometimes from a feeling of unworthiness to be loved. Let this card be the beginning of healing for you and the ones you love. I guess, yeah, with this card, is saying only his protection kind of got scathed, not him himself. He might be putting on so much armor that it is preventing a little bit of happiness coming to him. So now that I read the book, it does seem more internal. Where's the justice? Here you go. Justice sits upon her throne, holding a sword in her right hand and a balanced scale in her left. She is blindfolded to prevent the subjective view in matters that should be decided only by law. Human law or karmic law? She wears a diadem with a large solar symbol just over her third eye, symbolizing illuminating insight beyond mortal sight. The setting is the Temple of Ma'at, Egyptian goddess of truth. Upon death, the soul comes before Ma'at, who places their heart on one side of her scale and a feather on the other. If the heart is light, the soul moves on to the blissful afterlife. If not, the soul is thrown to the jaws of Ammit, the devourer. The scales of justice are a sign that her rulings are impartial and her only duty is to the truth. It is time to place your heart upon the scales of justice. The situation demands the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. There is no plea bargain to be made with justice, but remember, she is not cruel. She is the essential embodiment of fairness. Whatever needs to be done in the situation to make fair, balanced, and ethically clean should be done now. Delay or deny this at your peril. Delay or deny this at your peril. I don't understand what that says. Oh, to delay or deny it would be at your peril. Okay. We see now that 3 people have called forth from their graves by the shofar's cry. As he comes forward to be judged, the man holds a skull to show that he understands the transitionary nature of the flesh. The woman holds the golden egg of Isis, which contains the universe, thus acknowledging her own primal creative power. The child's hands are empty, for he has nothing to prove. His conscience is clear and his innocence intact. Above them flies a falcon of fire, Horus, god of the rising sun. I love how this deck has Egyptian symbols too. Consider this. What would you bring before the angel of judgment? What might represent your understanding of your life so far? What would you offer as you move forward to the next phase? What is needed to let you be as lighthearted and innocent as a child reborn? Ooh. Ooh. I know for the last sentence, at least for me, there's still a lot of anger and shame I need to release about my own childhood and family. For me, I do have a pretty good inner child spirit, and people have told me I'm pretty naive. that I say sorry too much, that I'm way too kind. And then those very same people, when I pull my energy back, tell me that I'm a horrible person. But, yeah, there's still a lot I need to release in regards to family. And the fact here, I'm choosing to stay here a little longer because I don't know where to go, honestly. But I know that I have the means to go wherever I want to. I just need to really solidify where. Was this upside down before? I thought it was upside down. I think it was. We see the soldier's reward now. The purpose and fulfillment of his quest, a woman beckons him to enter the dark cave with her. She is the same woman who dances with the satyr in the Four of Wands. What? Really? I didn't even notice. Not, what? They have the same dress, they have different hair. Interesting. Who is this woman? The staves of the soldier has collected are proof to her of his prowess, and he has come to claim his prize. Your life force has been depleted by your hard work and fierce struggles. It must be restored. The seductive barefoot woman represents the primal force, and her cave is the womb of spiritual rebirth. I was thinking about that, like Jesus Christ coming out of the cave. So I was thinking rebirth, death and rebirth when I saw this cave too. It's time to remove your armor, lay down your defenses, and surrender to the purely animal need to feel alive in the body and soul. Okay. Yeah. But yeah, I see my own biases here, because when I first pulled this out, I was like, she looks conniving. You know, I could be in a paranoid energy, but having been in this paranoid energy, I have been able to gain back a lot of my power that was taken from me for years. But I guess message-wise, for me to reach an even higher vibration, I have to balance that defense out. A knight in ornate robes sits upon a rocky throne under a starry night sky. He wears a great golden fish upon his breast. His right hand lifts a silver chalice, and his left hand holds a scepter topped with a bronze water lily. His gaze is steady and perceptive. He seems to look into your heart and perhaps your soul too. Everything about him speaks of a love and beauty and attention to symbolism. This is a wise and compassionate teacher by avocation, if not vocation. The fish necklace symbolizes the Piscean quality of sacrifice to a spiritual calling. The water lily scepter shows the authority is tempered by peace. That his authority is tempered by peace. The night and the dark sea are in keeping with the outer self he presents to the world, the vastness of the cosmos and the fathomless depths of wisdom. That was kind of a pretty description, even though I botched reading it. Four of Wands. A young woman and a satyr dance together beneath a grape arbor. The landscape is peaceful in the morning light, with meadows giving way to forest and low mountains. The satyr holds a drinking horn. He is the companion of Bacchus, god of wine, fertility, and animal instincts, and the woman's dress bears a pattern of spirals such as are found everywhere in nature, from seashells to galaxies. On the ground before them are a ram's skull and a resting dove. Forced merriment drains real enjoyment from the situation. This can throw the energy out of balance into a sort of frenzy where inappropriate things may be said or done. If there is a party or other celebration planned, make sure people really want to participate. Offer recreational activity, don't insist on it. Interesting. I've never... Oh. I was accidentally reading the backside. That may be relative that are important, though. Reading for this side. The ram and the dove are symbols of lust and love, and of aggression and peace, of persistence and cooperation. Both are needed if true passion is to be sustained over the long run. But this card isn't necessarily about relations. Remember that Wands is a suit of action. For something to succeed at its highest potential, it's important to celebrate it. Ceremony unites purpose with passion. Eight of Pentacles. The man is seated in front of an open doorway, symbolizing his connection to the countryside that surrounds him. He is not hidden away in a solitary studio. His personal life is integrated with his work. A young boy watches with shining eyes. The great tree trunk is gone, and the pentacles are ethereal, spectral. The only tangible pentacle in the room is the one the man is creating in this moment. Interesting. The father and son are part of a continuum of craftsmanship, the boy being the most recent addition to the family tree of excellence. Consider your own heritage and your own legacy. What gifts have you inherited from your ancestors? What can you teach the next generations? What skills do you possess that should be preserved for the future? Interesting. Well, I inherited a generational curse of my whole family being closet chaos witches. And I feel like being a chaos witch, like, it's fine. I try not to judge any sort of type of religion. It's just like being closet about it, like, just say it with your chest. Be open about it. Going behind someone's back and doing that kind of magic to someone, to me, like... And I inherited... My dreams have been premonitions my whole life. And... yeah, like... that's one that I gained from them. And I think having a connection with animals, but like everyone has these abilities within them if they practice enough. I know I got those things from my ancestors, though. An angel pours the waters of life from one cup to the other and back again. An endless equilibrium. Her face... wait, actually it's the other side. Across the river from the angel of temperance stands the gallows of the hanged man. The gallows is empty now, and perhaps the hanged man was influenced by the presence of temperance and no longer needed to remove himself from the mundane world. Or perhaps the gallows awaits the hanged man, and the angel of temperance is the keeper of the transformational place. Behind the angel are a white eagle and a red lion, alchemical embodiments of the elements of water and fire. Temperance is the peaceable combination of opposites in perfect balance. There's a lot of like balancing in this spread, from the Justice, and then the balancing off of the Four of Wands, and then the Temperance too. My brother just went to go deliver his folded origami to his girlfriend. Yeah. It's really gross. I just don't... To do it to your own family, you know? Chaos Witches, to do it to your own family really weirds me out. Like, how do you wake up in the morning and look at yourself in the mirror? How do you sleep? I don't understand. To take from your own family and give what you took to someone you've barely known for a couple months. It's just... The child sits upon a low stone, his head tilted in an attitude of reflection and concern. His simple white tunic and sandals are symbolic of purity and truth. Perhaps he is watching the hooded man walk away, or perhaps he is the youthful spirit of the man himself. Now lost to grief and disillusionment, a comet blazes across the heavens. When you get some distance from present circumstances, you will be able to assess them more clearly, with less emotional baggage attached. Look at the root causes of your sorrow and loss. Don't take all the blame, but don't assign it all to others either. The comet signifies that this is an important milestone of your life's journey. What seems like an ending may just be the beginning. The Hierophant raises his hand in blessing as two acolytes approach his chair. The pillars of his temple are marble, stone of divinity and immortality. His seat is granite, stone of inflexibility and endurance. The Hierophant is a mortal man, but his face is masked with his golden papal tiara. Individuality doesn't factor into his role, which is to represent established religion. He is the conveyor of dogma, as the high priestess is the conveyor of mysteries. Whereas the teachings of the priestess are only for the initiated, the teachings of the Hierophant are available to all seekers. The two men who stand before him represent the desire for doctrine, scripture, the written word, and the desire for illumination, the candle. Notice the man holding the candle resembles the magician. When true illumination is found, the candle burns both upward and downward, as above, so below. Wait. Interesting. Sometimes a call towards spirituality can be satisfied through religion, which offers a path that has been trodden by many people before you. The precepts of religion can be learned without the need for analysis or inner searching. If you are drawn to such a path or already upon it, consider how you would feel if you questioned some of those precepts. Can you see the true face of the people whose authority you accept? This scene shows the interior of a monastery where a stone mason is working on a pillar. A monk holding a book stands nearby, observing the work with interest. The two of them represent two aspects of meaningful creation, physical and spiritual. Both men are skilled in their craft and respect the gifts of others. The atmosphere of the monastery itself encourages good intentions for the work to be done, but the mason and the monk bring this attitude to whatever they undertake. The mason and the monk. I kind of believe my family are Freemasons. And like, I don't know. I would love to be a monk someday, honestly. I used to think that would be insane to shave my head and be celibate. I have changed so much though in the last couple years that I would love to just have a real authentic community that is very geared towards just studying and becoming enlightened. I would give up most things to be a part of that. But yeah, since it's reverse, these two people probably aren't seeing eye to eye about their religion. There are many roles in any large endeavor, and indeed in smaller ones too. No task is insignificant. Everything adds to the whole. Recognize that contributions of others around you and express your appreciation as often as possible. Receive appreciation in the spirit it is given, and be proud of your part in the enterprise. You are uniquely needed. Yeah. That too. There's a reason for everyone put in your life. Even if you disagree with them, even if you don't see eye to eye, there is a reason the universe put them there. To either mirror things to you, to show your shadow self and help you work through your own things, or to make you stronger. Or to expand your knowledge on other cultures or other things that you aren't aware of. Almost done. This was definitely not supposed to go over an hour. I don't even know if I'm allowed to post over an hour with how small my YouTube is. The noble gentry watch the jester as he performs for them. The sun is setting, and they may have come out of their balconies to admire the sunset or watch the ships at sea. The jester seems to be offering a pentacle to each group, as if he were conjuring the golden discs for their amusement. The infinity loop links the people as well as the pentacles. Interesting. My brother literally came out of his room as the sun was setting, knowing I was about to start my tarot. And then started doing origami 3 feet away. We have other living rooms, living spaces in this house, and he has his room, and he says he hates me. So then why would he come 3 feet next to me to do that for an hour? He said he needed the glue gun. But there are many outlets in this house besides the one right next to me, you know? People above you in a hierarchy may be unaware of your abilities. This is an auspicious time to audition, apply, or otherwise bring yourself to the attention of people who are in the position to advance your career. Let your light shine. But it's in reverse, so... I'm not sure about that. maybe either be careful what you are putting out and showing people so it doesn't create like a backlash too much, or the people watching you are haters. One or the other. So yeah, I mean, like, I could see both in my situation. It's probably like, yeah, maybe you don't need to do that venting at the beginning of the video, and maybe like just do like a 15-minute video, not one this long. But then also, I do have people watching me that literally are trying to pray for my downfall. Okay. Knave of Wands, but it was also reversed. Night has fallen and the knave now stands under a brilliant canopy of stars. Constellations draw his attention and demand contemplation of cosmic mysteries. A phoenix rises screaming from his campfire. This is a person whose inner self is secretly called towards things outside of the mundane and the unexplainable. This is a soul who longs for magic and meaning, but his youthful self-consciousness may disguise that longing for fear of being mocked. He needs solitude to explore the inner realms, patient teachers to encourage him, and understanding friends who bring out his best qualities. Yeah. So, if you relate to that, maybe seek more solitude. If your circumstances can allow for it, try to reach out to mentors and try to reach out to the friends that bring out your best qualities. Unfortunately for me, I can't do most of those right now, but I have hope and faith that I will be able to soon. And this phoenix also reminds me, because I just watched The Prince of Egypt like a week or two ago. It reminds me of the Hebrew god that told Moses to be a messenger to tell the people of Egypt at the time, when they had a lot of slaves, to let the Hebrew people go. So, and like in The Prince of Egypt, he was wearing like an outfit like this too. Yeah, and I mean, like, in The Prince of Egypt, that is what the prince did. He, like, went out into a desert and was basically kind of alone for a little bit. Fell down a well. And then he did find the mentor was kind of that Hebrew god. And then he found... it was the Hebrews that he found brought out his best qualities. They would all run around the campfire and dance and be primal together, and it brought out his inner child. Okay. I hope that helped someone. Thank you all for listening, and I will be working on trying to make these videos shorter. Sending love, gratitude, peace, tranquility, protection to my viewers. Have a good night.